Jameis Winston is one of the most notorious players in the league. He was selected to the Pro Bowl his rookie year. He has 19,737 passing yards, Bucs franchise record, 121 touchdowns, Bucs franchise record, 88 interceptions, which I'm guessing is at least close to a Bucs franchise record. Last year he broke a record as the only player to throw for over 5,000 yards, 30 touchdowns, and 30 interceptions. As a whole, people may think Jameis Winston's a bad quarterback, but I'm here to disprove that. Jameis Winston is a proven leader throughout his career, minus the whole eating W's thing. Anyone that can ever talk about Jameis Winston, like anyone he's ever played with, will all say he's a leader. Now, he may not lead to the most wins, as his most wins in his career is 9. And the year after that, he went 3-10. The year after that, he went 3-6 in games he started. He's a durable quarterback for the most part. He's played 16 games 3 out of 5 of the years, except 2 years ago. He only played 11 and only started 9 because Ryan Fitzpatrick had that 4-game run from weeks 1 through 4 where he looked like a Hall of Fame quarterback. But he does that every so often in his career. Jameis' single season stats go 22 touchdowns, 28, 19, 19, 33. And then for interceptions, 15, 18, 11, 14, 30. The reason why he throws many interceptions is obvious. It's been proven, basically, at this point. The man could not see and had the worst depth perception in the history of the league. He just got LASIK surgery, and he's quoted as saying he can now read street signs. If you're a quarterback, picked number 1 overall, and you can't even read a street sign, the amount of talent you must have is unbelievable. I think Jameis is one of the most talented throwers of the football in the league. Yes, you could say, the interceptions, but I literally just told you that man could not see. That is clearly the reason why he threw so many. And also, another reason why he threw so many, especially last year, is the amount of sacks that guy takes. Last year, he took 47 sacks. That is almost 3 a game. And the year before that, in 11 games, 9 started. All right, so we'll say, I think he played one of those 2 games he didn't start. 10 games, he got sacked 27 times. 13 games, he got sacked 33, 16, 35, and his rookie year 27 for 16. That's not bad. But, if you're getting sacked that many times, it's hard to just continually throw the ball and not feel the consequences of getting hit that many times. Plus, that's not even with the amount of times he's been pressured. It's obviously a lot more than the amount of sacks. So if he's being pressured, plus he can't see, he's a lot more prone to be throwing an interception to triple coverage. He could see 2 of Mike Evans at one time and just huck it up, thinking that him and someone else are there. But in reality, it's 1 Mike Evans and 3 Saints defenders. Also, since he signed with the Saints for $1.1 million, which is just crazy. I know he shouldn't have gotten the $25 million or whatever. Also, go check out my video from yesterday if you want to read about or listen about how QB salaries affect winning. He's completed 10 passes to Saints, while the other backup Saints quarterback has completed 7, being Taysom Hill. Obviously, that's bad. That's obvious, but I mean, he plays Saints 2 times a year. He's been in the league 4 years. How many picks to a Saint is that per year? 10 divided by 8 is like 1 point something. It's 1 point something, all right? I don't need to do the math. You get my point. I mean, that's bad. Throwing a pick to a team every time you play him, it's pretty bad. But he also, even though he doesn't have the wins in his career, he is a winning quarterback. He just doesn't have the team or the eyesight. Well, all right, I promise you, my opinion is that when he gets a starting job for the Saints after potentially this season, I think Breeze will retire after this year. I think he'll be great. I think he'll be at least a starting caliber quarterback like he was in Tampa Bay. Also, Jameis Winston had some pretty good years. Second year in the league, threw 28 touchdowns, 18 picks. Last year was good. I don't care what you say about the interceptions. He had a good year last year. 5,100 yards, 30 touchdowns is pretty hard to do. With a QB rating of 80, that's not there. It doesn't say his QB rating, but his that is his quarterback rating. It's 84 last year, and then the year before that was 90, and then 92, and 86, 84. and then his total quarterback rating is not calculated for some reason. And he also has 11 game-winning drives and 7 comebacks. So, Jameis Winston can win you a game if necessary. Obviously, it's necessary, but you know what I mean. He just needs to have the team around him, plus the eyesight to see where the 3 defenders aren't on someone. Because when there are 3 defenders and he only sees 1 because he can't see that far, he has a 3 times more likely chance to throw a pick than if there were just 1. But like I said earlier, he's only been selected to 1 Pro Bowl, and that was his rookie year, which I think was undeserving. He threw 4,000 yards, 22 touchdowns, 15 picks. Why was he a Pro Bowler? I don't know. I mean, maybe it's just because he was first overall pick and had a decent rookie season, doubled the Bucs wins from 3 to 6. Still not good. And yeah, I don't know why he was a Pro Bowler. The next year, he should have been, if anything, over the first year, because he got 9 wins, which didn't make the playoffs. But, I mean, hey, he was on a good track. I mean, if he kept that 9 wins and maybe got a little more the next year instead of 3, hey, maybe he re-signs with the Bucs. You know, maybe he doesn't sign a $1 million contract for 1 year. I think he was worth at least 5. I mean, $1 million, though? People like Andy Dalton are getting paid more. I think he's a better quarterback than Andy Dalton right now, but in Andy Dalton's prime, he was better. He also had a pretty bad completion percentage, 58-61, basically 64 and 61. His career average is 61. His career record is 28-42. That is bad. But also, what coach has there been besides Bruce Arians? I'll get into Bruce Arians in a second. That has been able to help him win. None. Now, going to Bruce Arians, here's my issue with him. Bruce Arians is a pass-happy offense. That's obvious. Even if he has a running back, which the Bucs never have, which is also an issue for Jameis doing bad. But him having Bruce Arians and just keep hucking it up, telling him, oh, James, you threw a pick? No problem, man. Just you throw it again. That's not helping him. That's making it worse. If you don't try and run the ball or try to, just do anything else besides just have Jameis huck it up, he's gonna throw picks. That's just how Bruce Arians works, though. That's why Tom Brady will probably work there, because he can see. He's obviously a better quarterback than Jameis. And Jameis was also kind of mobile. He was slow, but he was mobile in the pocket. He had a great pocket presence. He could get that one play. I forget who's against, but that one play where he threw he was at his own goal line. He ducked out of 3 sacks and just threw it up to Mike Evans. I can't remember who that was against, but again, his pocket presence is insane. Also, Jameis holds a couple records. He threw the most touchdowns prior to his 22nd birthday. Like I said, he owns the Bucs franchise records for touchdowns and yards. Don't know about interceptions. It doesn't say that anywhere. He was the first quarterback in NFL history to start off with 2 4,000-yard passing seasons. It would have been 3 if he played those last 3 games. He just needed 500 yards in 3 games. That is the easiest thing for an NFL quarterback to do if you're not Luke Falk, however you say it. That guy was awful for the Jets. I thought the Pats were going to draft him. I was hyped about it, and then they didn't. Thank God they didn't, because I don't even know if he's still on the Jets. Jameis Winston could have went to the Patriots, but the Patriots had no interest for some ungodly reason. He's a quarterback that would work well with Bill Belichick, because Belichick likes maybe it was mostly Brady, but from what we've seen when, Brady doesn't have Randy Moss or someone like that, he's a dink and dunk quarterback. I think that would work good for Jameis. He has a strong arm. He could throw it deep, but knowing his history with throwing it deep, with it, going for him, I feel like with Belichick, he would have been a great fit for us. And him being able to just throw it short instead of just having to chuck it deep, and being able to see, I've said that 5 times, but that is huge for him. Now that he can see, he doesn't need to just act like he can, because you read street signs now, that's cool. It's pretty bad, though. He can read license plates too, he says, and the precision in the vision is the biggest difference, as I quote. But yeah, if you're a quarterback like Jameis, you're signed a 1.1 year prove it deal, 1.1 million prove it deal for 1 year as a backup. All you can hope for for him is that Drew Brees gets hurt and he gets the chance. Obviously, I don't want Drew Brees to get hurt. I don't want his career to end like that. Like his last season, he gets injured, misses a good amount of the season. He would obviously come back the next year if that happened, though. I feel like that would be the best for Jameis, but obviously no one wants that to happen. I don't like wish injury on anyone. But if I were to watch Jameis Winston play football next year and watch him impress everyone, especially with the Saints offense, Sean Payton, Alvin Kamara, Michael Thomas, etc., I feel like he would prove to everyone that he is worth a big contract. Not huge, not like Dak, not like Jared Goff, not like that, but like 15, 20, 10, 15 to 20 million. Maybe start somewhere. He would obviously start somewhere with that money. But like stay the starter the whole contract, and then get extended after that. I feel like if he can prove himself within the next 2 years with the Saints, if he signs with the Saints again, I feel like he'll prove to everyone why he's a franchise quarterback.